To take an image from Clever One, we begin on the Patient tab. Search for your patient in this search box on the upper left of the screen. To add a new patient to the system, click on the Add Patient button. Once we are in the correct patient chart, click on the Acquisition tab on the left panel to select your image type. Select your image type on the top bar here.
The acquisition interface opens up and we can select our options. Starting with the gender options on the lower left portion of the screen, options include man, woman, and child. Note, if the child is 12 or under in the EasyDent Eyes system, it will automatically select child as the default. To the right of gender options are density settings. Options include hard, standard, and soft. Next, focusing on our field of view panel, we select the size of our scan. Field of view sizes range from the largest field of view, 12 by 8.5, to the smallest size, 4x4 or endo size. The field of view is calculated by the diameter by the height. For example, the largest size field of view is 12 by 8.5, so that is 12 centimeters in diameter by 8.5 centimeters high. The 12 by 8.5 scan size will encompass full arch dentition. The auto panel option will produce an automatic pan stored in the patient's chart after you acquire a CBCT. This is for the 12 by 8.5 field of view size only. Other options for the 12 by 8.5 field of view sizes are TMJ. Under the vertical options, selecting either the right or left positions under the horizontal options. Also under the vertical options is the sinus selection, raising the field of view up higher to capture the full sinus. The 8x8 will allow you to capture the maxillary and mandibular section of either the right, center, or left side of the patient's dentition under the horizontal options. Moving to 8x5, this is appropriate for a quadrant. Under the vertical options, you would choose maxilla or mandible, and right, center, or left under the horizontal options. The endo mode, or the 4x4 size, is a 50 micron voxel size, ideal for endodontic purposes because the clinician can obtain the highest quality image in a high resolution voxel size. Select the tooth from the tooth chart on the screen. Once our field of view is selected, additional options include high resolution for best quality or the green setting for reduced radiation. As well as voxel sizes below this, options include standard for highest quality or application for a larger voxel size if needed. On the endo mode, the voxel size for standard and application are set to 0.05 voxel size for best quality. Also notice the message information area on the bottom left of the screen, always displaying the status or the next steps to take in the process. Next, click Confirm. The machine rotates to capture position and we can position our patient. In preparation, have the patient remove all metal objects from the neck up, including necklaces, eyeglasses, earrings, and any other metal objects.
We'll bring our patient back for CBCT capture. I'm going to go ahead and stand up straight and tall for me. I'm going to go ahead and raise the column up. And with CBCT capture, I want the patient with a flat occlusion, the occlusion being parallel to the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and raise this up. We'll grab our bite stick with it, cover. Couple things to start with for patient positioning. I'm going to start with the hands. Go ahead and hands palm facing up. Go ahead and walk forward, feet shoulder length apart. Then I'm going to have the patient bite on the bite stick. In this case, I need to bring the column down a little bit. You go ahead and open and bite on the bite stick. Smile really big. I can see the patient's biting in the bite stick groove. I'm going to push down on the bite stick to ensure the chin is on the chin rest. Next, I'm going to make sure the patient is lined up center. We're going to go ahead and get you lined up center here. Perfect. Chin's on the chin rest. Couple things to note. We have a horizontal beam shining on the right side of the patient's face. Depending on the field of view you've chosen, it depends where that horizontal beam will be located. The important thing to remember that the horizontal beam is the center of the height.
When capturing the 12 by 8.5 field of view with a height of 8.5 centimeters, the horizontal red beam will be positioned to display at the center of the 8.5 centimeter in height. This positioning aims to project the beam approximately at the patient's occlusion.
You'll also notice the lower horizontal beam, which shines on the patient's neck. That is shining off the base of the X-ray tube which denotes the rotation. This will give us a way to see if the overhead will be bumping their shoulders. I have my patient biting on the bite stick. I have my patient smile really big for me. I can see the occlusion is flat or parallel to the floor. You can relax your lips. If we did need to adjust the patient height up or down for capture, on the front of the touchpad, I actually have chin rest up or down. So you can see if I move the chin rest down, it's going to lower the patient down, therefore raising the scan higher or further superior. If I raise the chin rest up, we can see that the center of the field of view has lowered, so we're going to capture further inferior. Next, I'm going to go ahead and close my temple supports. And I want to make sure this is tight, so I turn it a couple extra times to ensure that the patient does not move. I'm going to adjust our patient's head a little bit to make sure they're lined up center, mid-sagittal beam right between the eyes and right through the philtrum. And now we are ready to capture our CBCT. I'm going to have the patient just go ahead and close your eyes, relax, and with CBCT capture, the patient can just relax their tongue. So I'm going to click on the Ready Return button.
The system is moving into image capturing position. Please wait.
When capturing your CBCT, it's very important to make sure that the patient does not move and remains as still as possible. Once this gets into position for capture, it will also tell the patient to close their eyes.
The system is ready to capture an image. Please close your eyes until image capturing is complete.
Go ahead and step out of the room and capture our image.
Hold the button on the acquisition trigger switch, which will turn yellow when exposing.
Image capturing is complete. Please wait a moment.
Once capture is complete, the device will have the patient open their eyes. The instructions I provided the patient is I'm going to go ahead and open the temple supports and have them go ahead and step back and out of the device.
Chin rest with normal bite stick. Special bite B or edentulous rest. Additionally, use a cotton roll to separate the bite. Note, this method may also be used if the clinical need requires the patient to be in centric occlusion, having the patient resting with the chin cup with the bite at rest.